Hey, what is going on, everyone, and welcome to another Blog Post Friday, which is only part of what I want to talk about today, but I also want to cover a few other things, including the recently improved communication, or at least the perception of this, and we'll go into more detail as to what this is if you don't know what I'm talking about. But I also want to talk about why I think, this is not a very good patch. And I know it's still very early days, but I want to be a bit more specific as to what I think is wrong with it, and, the few things that are actually good. So we're going to talk about all of this after the blog post. So without further ado, everyone, let's get this show started. Alright, everyone, so here is the blog post titled Flawless Efficiency, and yes, that is Maria Hill on the cover, so it looks like we know what's going to be talked about in today's blog post. Let's scroll up through a little bit, so we're gonna skip this a little bit here. So this is all the lore behind Maria Hill, talking about S.H.I.E.L.D. and all this stuff. In case you care, you can always read this on your own, basically what she's doing in the Secret Avengers. She's a support character, in case you didn't know, and she's okay. She's kind of a weird mixed bag here. I mean, she summons S.H.I.E.L.D. troopers, yeah. It's pretty interesting, the kit, but I would say it's definitely a mixed bag, not a pure healer. Yeah, she is interesting, and of course, you'll find that Maria Hill and her Secret Avenger allies excel in the skill nodes of the Doom Raid. Thanks, guys, in case we didn't know where she's going to be used. So, okay, so of course we know, I'm not going to go through this, you guys know the kit for Maria Hill. If you don't, you can find this on msf.gg and just in-game, but she is a hero, global skill support, S.H.I.E.L.D. and Secret Avengers, and also a regular Avenger. So anyone that does have the Secret Avengers tag is a regular Avenger, and that's kind of important. We'll talk about that in a little while after the blog, though. Let's scroll down. Is there anything else useful in here today? Again, this is just all over kit here. Fury's right hand. Okay, so I was going to talk about this later, but I do have issue with this passive called Fury's Right Hand. Maybe you guys can figure out why. Where's the text with Nick Fury? I don't see any Nick Fury or S.H.I.E.L.D. text in here. Why is it called Fury's Right Hand? That's pretty important. She is Fury's right hand, but yet there's nothing there in relation to Nick Fury at all in any of this, other than the fact that, okay, clears all negative from self and Avenger allies. I think Nick Fury is actually tagged as an Avenger character as well, and he's obviously skill. But aside from this, it's like, it's super a huge missed opportunity to not include anything related to Nick Fury on here, and this is really embarrassing, I think. And I don't know why they missed this or really didn't think about it. Please change the name of the passive. Like, it just almost doesn't make sense. It could literally be anything else other than this, because this makes it sound like, hey, there's Nick Fury related stuff in here, but there isn't. Joke's on you guys. Okay, what else do we have? Upcoming blitzes. We do have a Red Room blitz. Yelena Belova blitz on Monday. Okay, that's not terrible, actually. I don't have her at 7-star. I'm not going to go super hard on it by any means, but, hey, I'll take an extra 21 from the milestone and 45 or 55 or whatever I end up getting. And we have a rescue blitz on Thursday. Woo! Yeah, not exciting at all. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the classified data should be ended by the the event will be over by then. So I'm not really sure that entirely matters here at all, because you won't get the currency anymore. So yeah, not the most important character there. Rescue for the power armor. I don't think you really need to build her anymore. Bonus and flash block party. I honestly completely forgot about this because it's so inconsequential. Yes, at tier 7 there's 150 oranges, but like the fact that it comes every 2 months, that's 75 a month. Is really not a lot. That's like 3 wars almost worth of T4s. It's not a ton, and that's at 7-star. So they really need to improve this. I don't know, why this is every 2 months. At this rate, it should be every month. Unless I missed something, I don't think they're moving it to monthly. And then we have the Back to Boot Camp training module event, which is interesting. This is actually the 3rd iteration of it. So if you are up to 7-star skilletary characters, then you will be able to actually get to the 7-star event and start farming that, because this is the 3rd month. So that's not too bad too. Anyways, we knew this was going to be a ship blog post. There's always a ship blog post at the after the main update. But there's a few things that I do want to talk about, which is this 5.5 topics and issues. This was released last night, so I guess a day after the patch, last night being Thursday, and there was some fixed bugs. They did want to mention some of the things that were included that were fixed recently. And let's go over this really quickly. So Doom Raid 1 First Strike wasn't showing Rancor Wars. If you guys watched my patch 5.5 review video, then you might have noticed that there was nothing. It was blank. So as far as I'm aware, this was actually fixed before any of the payouts would have gone out. I think they actually did that. Let me know if any of your alliances got screwed or not. Ironheart wasn't in the Blitz Orb. This is interesting. I mean, I already have Ironheart at 7-star, but if you didn't and you blew a bunch of your Blitz Orbs and she wasn't in there, maybe you'll get some compensation for that. Let me know about that as well. Shuri's legendary event timer was incorrect. I'm not sure if this matters too much because she's permanent, right? So, and the supply restock daily objective didn't have the updated gold reward. Now, this is supposed to be 45,000 gold. I'll have a lot of this actually related to gold in my gold calculator video, which will be coming out tomorrow. And yeah, so this was actually adjusted to be 45,000 gold rather than, I think, the 12,000 that it was originally. Conspiracy Theories ECM. I'm not exactly sure what this event campaign wasn't recognizing characters with the Saboteur trait. I mean, that's not really all that important right now. An inbox message about Sharon Carter said she had the shield tag. This was removed. This wasn't intended as indicated by her announcement in Strike Time and in the blog. So, I don't know if did Sharon Carter, I wasn't paying attention. Did Sharon Carter actually have the shield tag? Not that it really, well, maybe it did matter. Maybe it was very temporary. I don't know. I don't see why this couldn't have been a thing. You know, Maria Hill has both the Secret Avengers and the shield tag, and we're going to talk about this when we talk about the Gamma raid a little bit more. I'm probably going to end up doing another rant video in a couple of weeks when Gamma comes back around, unless they actually fix it and overhaul it. But yeah, I mean, oh god, they really need more characters usable in the Gamma raid, and you know, thankfully the characters from this patch actually do have some relevant tags, you know, because Secret Avengers doubles as regular Avengers, and that is on the side as well. And in the center, I guess you have Maria Hill that you can use in the shield tag lane, but I don't know why you couldn't have also used Sharon Carter. You know, Peggy Carter was like one of the, I know it's not the same character, but Peggy Carter was one of the founding members of S.H.I.E.L.D., if I'm not mistaken. So giving Sharon Carter the shield tag wouldn't have been, you know, much of a stretch here. But, you know, hey, at least we got Vel as a Kree member, you know. So, hey, if you need to use her for your Gamma raid, then you're all set, right? That's all you need. Not that we need any other characters reworked for this god-awful Gamma raid. Current bugs. This is about some offer if you spent money on the energy offers. And Moondragon appearing invisible in combat. This is interesting as well, because I do feel that it's not Moondragon for me. It's actually Nebula that goes invisible when she revives, and Adam Warlock when he... Basically, any of the characters that revive, actually including Gamora, all of them have a chance to appear invisible when they respawn. That's usually when it happens for me. Let me know if you guys have any other different experiences for Infinity Watch. This is kind of really annoying sometimes because the only way to actually target them is usually through autoing, because I normally can't just like actually click on them on the screen because it doesn't work, because it just doesn't line up properly for some reason. So let me know what you guys think about that. That will be coming out next week apparently, so hopefully it fixes all of them and it's not actually just Moondragon, otherwise I'm going to rage some more. Clarifications about Silver Surfer and power stuff. Also the costume for Emma Frost. So I noted that in my review video, and turns out we're not getting, jokes on us guys, we're not getting Emma Frost. This patch is actually going to be a future patch, hopefully, when they make Emma Frost farmable, because it's been far too long, and I don't understand why it hasn't happened yet. So that is one thing there. That's the end of, I guess, these two blogs to talk about here. Now we want to jump in game, and there's a few other things that I want to discuss. And I know we're just here at the home screen here, but I do want to say that Captain America Sam has one of the most bitchin' character models that I've seen in a while. I think it's really good, actually. And probably the best thing about this patch is actually this model here. I know the other characters are kind of basic model-wise, but yeah, this is really nice. Also, why isn't Captain America Sam tech and skill? I kind of know the answer to this because Kestrel is also tech and skill, and so having a second character that's tech and skill would be kind of overpowered in the sense that they would double for a lot of content. But, you know, if I'm not mistaken from the show, you know, this was a suit that was built in Wakanda, so it's definitely tech related, and, you know, I guess the skill is him wielding the shield. But, you know, he used to be primarily a tech character. I would have actually been fine with him just being a tech character, but I understand, you know, I get this whole Secret Avengers skill thing, this skill synergy, so it's not happening, but kind of wish it did. But I do want to talk about Doom Raid First Strike. There is still a bit of an ongoing, what I think is a bug anyways. I don't know many people who are actually running Doom Raid First Strike, Doom 1 First Strike, because I think it's a load of crap anyways. But in terms of the rewards, when you actually click on it, yeah, it's finally fixed. But if you look at rank 13 to 24 at the bottom, and you flip through the other percentages, it's actually the same. Now, I don't know if this is intended. I highly doubt it, because, you know, it scales a little bit here with the other ones. But for this, it doesn't scale. So even at 100%, 13 to 24 is exactly the same as 30%. That doesn't really make sense. So basically half your alliance is getting screwed and getting the exact same rewards whether or not you are 30%, 60, or 100. So yeah, this probably needs to get looked at. But again, I don't really know all that many people looking or who are running Doom Raid First Strike, that is. And also one thing that I do want to point out, a lot of the alliances who, not all of them, but a lot of the alliances who managed to get to Doom 1, difficulty 1, I don't know if I can check that here. Now it says here, first time rewards 100% completion. Now, there is a lot of alliances who got access to difficulty 1, basically by cheating, not through any fault of their own, but basically through the devs' fault. So people who had cleared Doom 1 First Strike or Doom Raid First Strike when it first came out, and they got 100% on this on the non-restricted version, and they beat this in the entirety, they got access to Doom Raid 1.1 when the patch went live last patch. So unfortunately my alliance does not that we really got 100% anyways, but it makes me wonder, if you were to 100% this First Strike now, would that give you access to Doom Raid 1.1? I'm thinking not now, but it's kind of weird that that was allowed and that happened in the last patch, where a lot of people got early access to 1.1. There's a good significant amount of people who were not able to 100% clear the base difficulty because of the ISO restrictions. So yeah, I guess we're never gonna know, but I would be very interested to know how many alliances got early access to Doom Raid 1.1 who were never capable of doing Doom Raid 1 100% due to the ISO restrictions. So yeah, just a little bit of a salty complaint here, because there's some people who are getting extra blue ISO orbs who probably shouldn't have, but hey, that's the game for you. It's never fair, is it? These Origin challenges. So in case you guys have been working away on these ones here, so today was the Tech Origin challenge here on Friday, but previously we also had the Mystic and Skill ones, and I have 3-starred all of them, and I must say that the rewards are actually pretty nice. So these happen twice a week. This is the Mystic one from Wednesday, but if you do the difficulty 3 and you're doing this every single day, you're getting 18 of these Origin pieces every day, or 36 a week because it happens twice a week. So this is quite a bit. So no longer are we really having, I would say, the Origin gear crunch, if it was there, which it kind of was, is gone now. You get a ton of the first time rewards, but like being able to farm 36 of these every week, that's, you know, 144 a month over 4 weeks, and that saves you a significant amount of gold in case you were buying that in the supply store. So I do want to give them kudos and credit for this one. I think the Origin challenges actually were the best thing to come out of this patch, to be honest. I think it was the only good thing and the best thing. The ISO 8 increases were actually pretty good, but at the end of the day, some people will say, well, 2 times 0 is 0, so if you're still not getting drops, you know, it's still RNG on whether or not you actually get the crystals. You are getting more, of course, but some people don't like the RNG nature of that. Whereas this is actually guaranteed. I did clear. I should be able to clear all 5 of the challenges, hopefully. I know I might struggle with bio a little bit. We'll see how difficult they actually are, and come tomorrow we'll get all 5 of them active, actually. So we'll see if I can clear the other 2 that I'm missing. But yes, a lot of Origin gear, whether it's purple or orange, there's a lot here, and I think that will kind of alleviate what crunch there is for that. But one thing that I do want to talk about is basically what the new orange gear crunch is. And if we're talking about other characters, I guess a good way to example of that would be maybe Black Bolt. So, you know, in terms of the orange catalyst, this is going to be a bit of a thing. I chose Black Bolt because he's a character I haven't geared up, but he's tier 14. I could take to 15. So, you know, you see here that you still need 120 damage catalyst pieces for them unique, and then for the actual damage piece, it's another, what is that, 30 times 7, 210, I think it is. So 210 plus the 120, that's 330 just for gear tier 14 to 15. So, you know, basically what this comes down to is that you're still going to be using a ton of orange catalyst parts. So that's going to be really important. I only have about 2,000 of the focus ones and about maybe 2,000 of the health ones, I think, as well. 2,100. So this will actually go really quickly, because new characters, if you're trying to get them straight to tier 15, you take anywhere from 400 to 600 of these catalyst parts to get all the way to gear tier 15. Where it depends on how much more it is, actually depends on the unique piece, what stat the unique piece takes. But really, we're shifting from the origin crunch to the catalyst crunch back again. It was kind of always there, the catalyst crunch, but now it's kind of going back now that we've kind of got the origin pieces covered. So I did want to talk about that very briefly, and then to end things off, I want to talk about the Secret Avengers, which are the main characters of this patch. I'm not going for any of them, but if you were to go on any of them, I think that Captain America Sam is still going to be the best drag and drop character that you can get for this patch, because none of his kits actually require the other characters. A lot of his bonuses that he gets in his passive are just flat passes for Secret Avengers or skill characters, so that makes it very easy to sort of use him with other characters. Whereas when it comes to Sharon Carter and Maria Hill, both of them have text that kind of include each other, or Cap Sam. So Sharon Carter has some text on her basic that includes Cap Sam, and then Maria Hill has some stuff in her text, I believe it's on the special, but I don't remember, that requires Sharon Carter. So they kind of require each other, and then Sharon requires Cap Sam, but Cap Sam doesn't need anyone. He can be used completely standalone. Now, because he's a 45 shard character unlock, I think that means that we're either going to get him as a strike pass or a blitz. Either way, you know, hopefully you guys get them unlocked. The Secret Avengers, I think there's a good chance that they might be used for something, because I think a lot of people might think that they're skippable, and I do believe that they're skippable gear-wise. I don't think they're absolutely necessary characters. However, I do think that you guys should try as hard as you can to get as many shards as you can, just in case, because you never know what's going to pop up around the corner. So for every character, really, you should probably try to get as many shards as you possibly can when they become available. So that's all I just wanted to talk about really briefly in today's blog post, guys. You know, nothing super exciting, but I just want to give you a heads up on some things that are coming, some of my own thoughts about what's been happening the last few days. Also, one extra last tip before we end the video: save and hoard everything. I got 105,000 war credits, 55,000 elite war credits. God, I've been saving everything, because level gold, this is another reason why I'm not leveling up any of these characters for this patch, because level 85 and gear tier 16 is on the horizon in about 2 months or 2.5 months time. Patch 6.0, aka would probably be 5.7, I think, at this point. Keep hoarding, guys, because it's, you know, you never have too much stuff when you get there, because you're going to be spending a lot, and we're going to be talking about that tomorrow in the gold calculator video if you weren't around for my live stream. So that's the end of this video, guys, and hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, and until next time, stay safe, and I'll see y'all later. Wayland signing out.